Welcome back guys. So in this tutorial we will be learning the basics of PHP. Now of course there is a lot to learn, but we will be only touching up those topics that are required. I mean, to understand things from hacking and penetration testing's perspective. After completing basics of PHP, SQL and so on, at the end I will be sharing certain links. If you want to learn advanced of these all topics, you can go further and study them. So let's begin with basic understanding of PHP. So like any other programming language, PHP is yet another programming language and it was used widely. Even initially when Facebook was made, it was made with the help of PHP. So like we have learned, there is a syntax in HTML. Similarly, there is syntax of each and every language and it's different. So for PHP, whenever you have to write a PHP code, it has to begin with this less than sign with a question mark, and then you have to write PHP. And when you have written your complete PHP program, you have to close it by question mark and greater than sign. So this is the PHP part that I'm talking about. So the HTML part is not really required here. It is just to make you understand. But the main part that I'm trying to focus is on this part, right? So what echo will do, it will basically print the line that has been given in the double quotes. So the output should be my journey to becoming an expert, right? Now let's see what else does it have. Okay, so like if you are familiar with other programming languages like Python, Java, C++, whatever, there is always if else block, right? Now what is if else? So this is the syntax. You have to write if and give it a condition. If that condition is true, the following code within the braces will be executed. If that thing condition is not true, if it is false, it will move on to else if condition, right? And if that condition is true, this particular code will be executed. If this condition is also false, then it will move to the else block. Now else block, there is no condition in the brackets, because it is that if everything above has resulted in a false, then this particular code should be executed. So just as an example, it can be anything. You can give if 5 greater than 3, then you can print 5 is greater than 3. Okay. Similarly, if you write if 3 greater than 5, then this condition becomes false and it moves on to the next condition. So I hope you got the idea. Okay, let's move to the next thing. The next thing is the for loop. In other languages, this is also a very common thing. So why I focused on these? Because if you know these, you can apply them in any language, right? And since most of the viewers are beginners, so this is a must know for them. If they have this much knowledge, they can think how the logic was built, right? So what for does, it is basically a kind of loop. So let's say you give for I is any variable. Okay, here we give a test case, and let's say I has been defined as 1. Okay, so for I, test counter is that I less than 100. We can give anything here. So it will run from 1 to 100. Now how much increment should be there is decided by this increment counter. So you can give I plus 1 or I plus 2. So if you give I plus 2, the counting will be 2, 4, 6, 8 all the way till 100. If you give 1, if you give I plus 1 as a counter, then it will add 1 to every value of I. So initially I is equal to 1, so the next value will be 2, third value will be 3, so on. So till the time I reaches 100, this code will be executed again and again, and it can be any code. You can probably echo something or provide some logic over here. You can do anything. After for loop, there comes a very similar loop. It is a while loop. So till the time the condition inside the while loop is true, the following code will be executed. It is very similar to for loop, because we can give while I less than 100. Okay, so till the time I is less than 100, this code will be executed, and within this block we can give that I equal to I plus 1, which means that after this code is executed, it will increment the value of I by 1. Now if you don't understand the coding part, you can leave it for now. That's totally fine. Simply understand that what a particular loop does. So hope you understood this basic syntax of PHP, how it is used. And while performing web attacks, you will have a better understanding. While creating payloads, you will know, okay, that this is a PHP code. So you will be aware about the syntax. That's the whole point why I am making these videos. Thank you for watching this tutorial. See you in the next one.